Hey!
Okay.
We are
Hey,
here
welcome.
with BuMpY
Welcome.
people.
This is
Live.
becoming a theme. Technical difficulties before the beginning of the show. So welcome to Malty Monday. Tonight we're going to be looking at golden and or blonde ales. Now this is a pretty big one. There's lots of various ones out there, as you're going to see when I read through about 4 different BJCPs on each style of these. But let's go ahead and welcome in our large panel tonight. Let me stop these banners. So I'm just going to go from the top all the way around. We got Drunken One.
Eddie! Thanks for having me.
Alex the Bear Master. Thomas. Oh, geez. Sorry, Thrash. We have Thrash Metal.
Well, at least you didn't call me trash.
Barbecue. We have Beer Man. We have Louisiana Beer Reviews, aka Ronald Terrio. We also have John Anelli, also known as Georgia Beer Reviews, miscellaneous magnets, leaning back, relaxing. We do have somebody trying to enter the studio, so just stay put, because Ron's going to end up going, and there'll be room for one more after that. So just stay put and try to enter after we get through some stuff here. Michael Kormroff is also here, and we also have Thomas Metal 75.
Hello, thank you for putting up with us, people. We're working through and learning our StreamYard.
Yeah.
Yes, all over again.
Yeah.
But yes, thank you to anybody that's here and watching and in the chat. Appreciate you for being here. So let me go ahead and just go through some of these guidelines. So first off, I'm going to start with the British Golden Ale. The overall impression of this one is a hop-forward, average strength to moderately strong, pale bitter. Drinkability and a refreshing quality are critical components of the style. Comments on it: it's well-hopped, quenching beer with an emphasis on showing hops. So, served colder than traditional bitters, this style was originally positioned as a refreshing summer beer, but is now often brewed year-round. Although early on the beer was brewed with English hops, increasingly American citrus-flavored hops are used. Golden ales are also called golden bitters, summer ales, or British blonde ales. Can be found in a cask, keg, and bottle. The history on this was the modern golden ales were developed in England to take on strongly marketed lagers. While it is difficult to identify the first, Hop-Back Summer Lightning, first brewed in 1986, is thought by many to have got the style off the ground. Scroll down a little bit further. We'll end up going into the American Golden Ale, if I can find it. Ways down here. All right, I think we're here. Blonde Ale. It's the American Blonde Ale. The overall impression: easy drinking, approachable, malt-oriented American craft beer, often with interesting fruit, hop, or character malt notes. Well balanced and clean, is a refreshing pint without aggressive flavors. The comments on it: brew pub alternative to standard American lagers, typically offered as an entry-level craft beer. Now, going theme with those two is it was kind of to compete with the lagers, it looks like. History on it: an American craft beer style produced by many microbreweries and brew pubs, particularly those who cannot produce lagers. Regional variations exist. Many U.S. West Coast brew pub examples are more assertive, like pale ales, but in most areas, this beer is designed as the least challenging beer in the lineup. Okay, then we're going to move over and talk about Belgian Blonde Ale. The overall impression of this is a moderate strength golden ale that has a subtle, fruity, spicy Belgian yeast complexity, slightly malty, sweet flavor, and dry finish. Comments on it are often has an almost lager-like character, which gives it a cleaner profile in comparison to many other Belgian styles. Belgians use the term blonde, while the French spell it blonde with an E. Sorry, you guys can't actually see what I'm reading, but most commercial examples are in the 6.5 to 7% ABV range, mini Trappist or artisanal. Belgian beers are called blonde, but those are not representative of the style. History, a relatively recent development to further appeal to European Pils drinkers, becoming more popular as is heavily marketed and widely distributed. Once again, going after the lagers or pilsners. And then we have the Belgian Golden Strong. This one's the overall impression: a pale, complex, effervescent, strong Belgian style ale that is highly attenuated and features fruity and hoppy notes and preference to phenolics. Comments on it. References to the devil are included in the names of many commercial examples of this style, referring to their potent alcoholic strength and as a tribute to the original example, Vel. Best examples are complex and delicate. High carbonation helps to bring out the many flavors and to increase the perception of a dry finish. Traditionally bottle conditioned or re-fermented in the bottle. History originally developed by the Mortgat Brewery after World War I as a response to the growing popularity of Pilsner beers. Okay. There we have it.
Woohoo!
These were basically built so they could compete with Pilsners or lagers. Every single one of them in different parts of the world.
Wow.
And we're going to start off the show with Ron Terrio. He's going to go ahead and show us what he has brought to this.
Ron, he's our man.
If he's drinking an American ale, no one can. I meant lager. Whoops.
What happened? Well, I have this from Baltimore County, Maryland. It's called Guinness Baltimore Blonde. It's an interesting little history because it first came out. They first came out with this in 2013, and it was called Guinness Blonde Lager. But then in 2018, when they opened up their American brewery, the first one since 1956, they reformulated it as a blonde ale, still at 5%. So it was 5 years a lager, and now for the past 2 years an ale. So it's owned by Diageo. Guinness is Diageo, but it's made in the USA, and the United Kingdom people complain, and the Ireland people complain to me because they say, why can't we get all these variants? You know, the headquarters is in London and we can't get the stuff. I said, oh, it doesn't make sense to me. Seems like people in those countries would buy it. You'd think they would try it. Okay, so there's a little bubble. I call this my bubble glass. It's going to pour very blonde gold. You'll see this. It's a pretty dark color. It's a dirty blonde. Bubbly, had a nice little head of foam. Now the aroma is where it really kicks in, and it's a good deal different than when it was the lager. They still make a lager. It's called Harp. It's fruity in the nose, and it's lemony, and it has something yeasty to it. It reminds me of Michelob Beach Bum. There used to be a beer from about 8 years ago called Michelob Beach Bum, maybe 6 years ago, and it had a similar aroma. So it's a pungent thing. Any of y'all had this before?
Sure have.
Nope.
No.
Tasty brew. Glad to see you got the new bottle.
I have a t-shirt. I bought a 6-pack because I got a pretty good deal on it, and I'm glad I bought the 6-pack. No. Cheers to your health.
I got the t-shirt off of that.
Cheers. Cheers to your health.
Cheers, Jay.
And your wealth.
Here's
yeah.
me.
Thank you.
Oh yeah.
And cheers to your
Cheers, man.
moderate beer drinking.
Damn right.
That's right, man.
And I watched your Pincus review. Okay. Well, it's very lemony. There's some sweet grain. It's very, you know what it reminds me of? Almost like the Genesee cream ale has that Duncan Hines cream cheese cake frosting flavor. So it's kind of got that cake frosting flavor, Duncan Hines cream cheese. Of course, it's not nearly as sweet as that. It just has that funky thing going. It reminds me in a way of a Belgian ale with the, you know, the Belgians will taste like a spiced bread, like a spiced white bread. This one does taste like a spiced white bread. The body's medium. The finish is medium dry. Somebody I used to do beer review hangouts with taught me to use that term, medium dry. And I told her, I said, that's a brilliant, I never thought of saying that, medium dry. I co-opted it and I use that terminology a lot.
Maria.
Oh, I name no names, my friends.
I named no last name.
Middle name.
It's very nice. I like it a lot. I only paid about $9 for the 6-pack. It's an A beer. I'm gonna do this score and get out of here. I'm gonna make like a tree and get out of here. It's a delightful product, and I would highly. I think everybody should buy it. You know, it's not the greatest thing in the world, but it's nice, and I think it deserves about. My friend David was really loving it. He was like, "Oh yeah, man." So, shoot, I'll say about 94. Huh?
94? Not bad.
94.
Good score.
The most excellent beer yet. Everybody, y'all all have to buy it now and make videos.
Oh yeah.
I've had the American Blonde lager before they changed it over. Is it a significantly different beer? Like, is it completely different with the flavor than the American Blonde was?
From memory, well, because I have to go from memory. Yes, I would say it's very different.
Different. Okay.
Quite different. Same ABV, but like I say, it's like a whole different.
Yeah, ale versus a lager.
Well,
yeah.
so that's So it's fruitier. You know, the ales would be fruitier. You know. So I'm closing it out, and everybody take care and do a good job now, because I'll be watching you.
All right, man.
Cheers, my man.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers, Ron.
Cheers. I'll be standing in the shadows. So we have wild card. Oh, tomorrow morning we have Dawn Busters, and I've got George Dickel, Cascade Hollow versus Bellows, Kentucky Straight Bourbon Whiskey. I guess that'll be an even type match. And then Wednesday we have wild card Wednesday, which means bring whatever you want, beer, wine, or liquor. But we've emphasized beer, and then we'll talk about it. So that's it. So thanks, BuMpY, for letting me join. And be curious
thank you
to see
once
what
again
everybody else
for
has
joining.
tonight.
Yeah.
Awesome.
Cheers, Ron.
Nice, Ron. That was great.
Nice review. And I do
Cheers,
think
Ron.
that beer, since you mentioned it, you said like a cream cheese sweetness or something, so that would go well with cream cheese, right? You say cream cheese or something?
No, I said Duncan Hines cream cheese cake frosting.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Sorry, I thought you said cream cheese.
Well, that's based on that concept.
All right, we are gonna
Later, Ron.
let the tree fall. Thank you, Ron.
There's this guy. All right, maybe I can get my focus. I might follow that. Man, Ron always kicks butt, doesn't he? Okay, I'm going to start out with trying to get my camera in focus, and I'll show you the artwork to this can. This is from Southern Star Brewing Company in Conroe, Texas, which is about 8 miles from where I live. Come on, work with me, camera. And it really didn't. Okay. It was born on 6/15 of this year, so it's fairly fresh. Ooh, it looked like it actually got it there for a second. Okay, it's a Bombshell Blonde by Southern Star Brewing. See, the can is pretty cool. She's riding like a bombshell, a missile of some sort. Yeah, it looks a little provocative, whatever. This is a 5.4% beer. It is marketed as an American blonde ale, so that should fit the bill for tonight's festivities. And I've had it before, but it's been a long time. So here we go. We're going to get into it once again. Thanks for having me. Oh, it's festive. It wants to get out of there already. Well, I just cracked the top on it. Probably from turning it end to end. Anyway, here we go. I get a solid clean glass this time. Woo, clean. Here we go.
It's like every blonde you've ever had in that room, drunken one. They're just trying to get out.
Yeah.
In front of the children, John boy. All right, so here we are. Pours with a one-finger head, kind of like mix-match bubbles. Quite iridescent. Oh, it's not working out the camera, is it? Quite iridescent, although it's a little murky. I'll try to throw a little torch behind it, like the UK boys would say. Or maybe I can shut off lights in here. And you can see the bubbles there, huh? Woohoo, look at that. So that's what she looks like. It's not quite as bright and as clear as what the torch makes it look like. Anyway, so let's get into it. Cheers.
Cheers.
Ron is so intelligent. He's like the beer wizard, right? I'm sure there's a guy.
You did great, man. You did great. You're doing great.
Okay. Yeah, it's kind of like crackery, like white bread, toasted white bread, maybe. Yeah, it's I don't smell any kind of like hops, like anything that would make it. It doesn't smell bitter at all. It doesn't smell like fruit at all. I can tell you what it's not. I can't tell you what it is, though. It smells very light, and it smells very refreshing. It smells clean. It smells like it's going to go down pretty good. The head didn't last long at all. Just that little bit of time I was blabbing. We're down to just a cap on there, but we'll shake it around a little bit and give her a taste. Cheers to the panel and to the chat.
Cheers to you.
Cheers, bro.
Ring the bell.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. That reminds me more of a Kolsch than anything else. I would imagine it's made with wheat. Oh, as a matter of fact, wait. Shoot.
Maybe you got the info.
I do. I think it's on this one here. I won't waste time with it because I know we're busy folks this time of year doing things outside and such. Let me find out where I just seen that. It went through all the malts and stuff that it had in it. I'm thinking at the wrong spot looking for that information, to be honest. Oh, no, here we go. It's shit. Oh, advertisement's nice. Okay. Aurora Special Pale and Weyermann Vienna. So those are both very light base malts, right? And then the hops are Sapphire and Sterling. It's a 5.25 and it is 20 IBU, and it says serve at 40 degrees. This is probably not quite 40. It's probably a little bit more than that. I'm digging it so far. It seems like a cracker. No real bitterness. No hop presence. Okay. It could be a little colder. Finish is pretty dry. Makes you want to come back for more. Would be a summertime crusher for sure. Not exactly my style of beer. I like them a little darker, but yeah, I could see pounding down a few of these after mowing the lawn or just whatever, being outside and playing frisbee with your kid or the dog or something. But yeah, so far so good. Yeah, I'm digging it. I got a 6-pack, so I better like it, right? I forgot what the cost was. It wasn't too expensive. I don't think. Probably the same old like $9.99 a 6-pack kind of deal, but I didn't actually pay attention to the cost. Anyway, I will come when y'all get back around to me. I'll give you final thoughts and some numbers. Thanks for having me. Cheers to the 13 people watching.
Cheers.
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 Cheers. Awesome. Thank you very much there, D1.
Better one. I'm proud of myself.
We are going to now, because there's been some comments on this beer in the chat.
Oh, shit, broke it.
And Alex is going to set us straight once and for all. Are you ready, Alex? Did you?
Alex restaurant.
Yep.
Oh, Alex. Hi, Alex. Come on with it. Talk to us, baby.
What's up, bro? Again, thank
Holy
you for letting
crap.
appreciate you.
Uh-oh.
Even now, unfortunately, according to legendary BuMpY, this is not really an ale or a golden ale, but it's a blend of a lager and a golden ale. So we got Molesome Golden Pilsner Premium Beer. I'm looking forward to having it. I've already had a couple beers of it. It's really tasty.
Mhm.
It's 5, and I'm looking forward to drinking some with you.
Looking forward to hearing.
Put this in the glass, shall we?
Yeah.
Good.
Looking forward to hearing about it, Alex.
Nice.
Actually,
I
you might be able
like the
to
beer so far.
screw that cap
I
right
like
off.
the beer so far. Oh yeah, I guess I could, but I'm so used to doing that with the drunken one church key. Okay, let's see
Oh,
what
yeah.
it looks like, shall we? Yeah, I know you forgot you sent me one. That's okay. One finger head. It's rather carved. As you can see, golden, nice and clear, perfect. I mean, I like these kind of beers when I'm not drinking my craft beer, which is my favorite, which is the stouts and stuff. So yeah, let's see what it tastes like, shall we? Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, man.
All right. Well, I didn't say that, so we got somebody that grabbed my screen name there and said that, but I would have said thanks, Ron.
You didn't say that?
Well,
What?
Oh, what? How did that happen?
Someone snagged.
Oh, I
it.
typed that. I typed that. Why did it come up that way? I'm sorry.
Weird.
Oh, that is
Okay.
weird. Okay.
very
Whoa.
Used guys.
Okay. I'll use.
I told you Draco was going to cause trouble tonight.
No. I'll use. I'm sorry. I'll put person there. Okay.
Everybody hush. Alex is doing something.
Yeah, Alex, go Alex.
Come on,
Sorry.
Alex.
Yeah, go ahead. Sorry. I thought it was a roll account. Sorry.
Whoops. There you go.
that's okay. Very refreshing.
Oh, okay.
Like I said, and it's nice frothy head. The head actually went down a little bit. I like it. It's very refreshing.
Okay. Nice.
And I forgot the smell actually. Let me pour some more. Sorry about that. Forgot the smell. That's stupid of me, right? I'm supposed to smell too.
Oh, you got this, Alex. Sorry, Jesse. I
Smells
have
a
to
little hoppy.
comment on the YouTube.
That's okay. It smells like a hop. Smells hoppy, and a little bit of sweetness, a little bit of bitterness. Not too bitter, actually, just a little bit. I like it. Smooth, basically.
Smooth. Like a baby butt.
It's a perfect beer
Good
for a hot
Lord.
day. It's a perfect beer for a hot day. That is for sure. 5%, and I love it. I love it. That's all I gotta say. I love this beer. If you guys can get Molesome Golden, please do. Very tasty.
Wish I could get Molson. Damn.
Very tasty beer. But don't forget though that this is it's a half and half. It's a golden ale and also a lager. So just to remind you of that. But it's a very tasty beer.
Hybrid.
Sounds nice. Yeah.
Something
And
else.
it has a lot, and it has a lot to it too. Very sweet. I'm gonna keep sipping on this. I ramble on, but I'm trying to think of notes. I'm trying in my head.
Right.
But,
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna keep sipping on it.
Yeah.
I'm gonna let you know on the rating. Cheers.
Excellent.
We'll come back around. If you have any more notes that you pick up, feel free to talk about that again when you give your score as well, Alex. Thank you very much.
Molesome Coors says it's a North American style lager. All right.
We're going to bring in, we have somebody now down in the basement. Let's go ahead and bring in Craig.
Whoa, Craig.
Kent Beer Reviews.
All right, man.
Very
Hey, Greg, welcome, man.
I did.
And
Cheers,
we're
Roughly.
getting all, everything's getting all shuffled around. It's so weird. John and Nelly, you were going to be next, right, in the lineup before?
Cheers, Craig.
I think so.
Okay. All right, John. I'm gonna go to you. Then I'm gonna go to Thrash, and then I'll go to Michael.
Okay.
Okay. We got
Might
this
as well.
figured out.
Shouldn't really matter.
All right.
Wrote the shit down.
Yeah, when you have this large of a group, you add people in, the whole thing is
I'll just keep
scrambled.
Yeah.
going as
So what I'm drinking tonight
Don't worry,
is,
I'll be last in no time.
it doesn't matter. We'll figure it out, guys.
We'll write
Just got to keep up with drunk shenanigans.
Hey, no, I haven't.
Okay.
We'll do that again.
So I've got the Wildly Brew Co.'s Local Gold Blonde Ale. Wildly Brew Co. is out of LaGrange, Georgia. This is a 5.4% ABV blonde ale. Not sure what the IBUs are. They're not disclosed. It's a really, well, Wildly Brew Co. was established in 2018. They were actually voted the #1 new craft brewery in the nation when they were established for that year. So they've got a lot of reach as far as they got a lot of recognition early. As far as I know, they still only distribute locally, but they're growing. And so anyway, this is their Local Gold Blonde Ale. There's the pour. It did pour with like a 2-finger head, which is dissipated. You can see some nice residual head there, as well as some lacing. And it's a very light, I would say it's like a straw yellow, hazy appearance. It is a blonde ale, but it does use wheat malt. So, and I don't believe they filter it, so you do get a lot of haze with it. The aroma, you're getting a lot of like spicy hop character. It's not like citrus notes or anything like that. I'm just getting, and some of it's probably coming from the yeast too, but a lot of Euro type aromas with it. Like if you've ever had a Peroni or a Heineken or a Grolsch or something like that, you're getting a lot of that kind of spicy hop character on the aroma. Definitely picking up on the wheat malt, wheat bread notes on the aroma. A little bit of a grassy note as well. Honestly, fresh mowed, like when you mow your yard and you get that fresh cut grass, I'm getting a little bit of that with this. It smells really good. It smells very fresh, very, very hoppy, very earthy, but not like a hop bomb or anything. Just a very light, refreshing beer with a nice, earthy, herbal, spicy hop note. And I'm ready to get into it. Cheers.
Cheers. Yeah.
Do it up.
Thanks to BuMpY for having me, and I'm enjoying the heck out of this. This is a great turnout tonight, guys.
Yeah, it is.
So
thanks. Yeah.
Yeah, the palate is very similar to the aroma. You're getting a ton of hop character. It's not a bitter beer though, but you're just getting a lot of the hop character. So I'm getting a little bit. It's almost like an allspice type note in there. I'm getting like a little black pepper note. I'm getting that grassy note that was coming through on the aroma. That's like a fresh cut grass type thing. It's following through on the palate. The earthiness is coming through. It's a lot of great hop complexity without being bitter. The wheat malt is coming through. It does have a nice wheat bready note in the middle of the sip. The body is super light, crisp, clean, refreshing. Finish is dry. Carbonation is on the medium side. 5.4%. You could drink these bad boys all day. It's a lot better than your just a light beer or even like a standard lager because it has the hop character that you don't get with a lot of lagers. I'm not just talking about American adjunct lagers. I'm talking about pale lagers. I'm talking about just lagers in general. This has a ton of hop character without being overly bitter, and it's got that nice wheat malt breadiness in the middle of the sip. Like I said, super light body, bodied and refreshing as well. I really like this beer. It's not anything that's going to pull your socks off. It's not overly complex or, really, it's not barrel aged or anything. You're not going to get anything like that. But because I'm so used to all these barrel aged Imperial stouts now, this is a perfect summer beer.
Yeah.
It's a year-round offering for them. They do put this out year-round, and in Georgia, it's hot probably 75% of the year, if not more. So this is a perfect year-round beer. It's got a ton of character without being, heavy-bodied or overwhelming in any way, shape, form, or fashion. It's a delightful beer. I'll keep sipping on it, come back around, but I really like this beer. If you live in Georgia and you can find the local Gold Blonde Ale, it's a delicious, refreshing brew with a lot of hop notes and a lot of nice malty bread notes in the middle of the sip. So there you go. I will pass it on to whoever may be next. BuMpy, you figure it out. Cheers.
I'm going to figure out. I'm also going to let you all know that when you have 10 on the panel, you can't have anybody else in the basement. So,
yeah,
anybody that's been trying to get in, just hang tight. Eventually, I'll have somebody that wants to give their score and boot out early to open up another spot before we all finish up. But just so you all know, there's no extra spots right now. So just hang tight, and there will be room.
When we come back around, I'll be giving my number there, and then you can toss me out and let whoever else in. I guess if that works for you, I think I
kept it in the chat.
Yeah, that will work. I'm going to bring up Thrash Metal Homebrew right now. Miss Lanish, you'll be next. You won't be last.
Cheers with your graphic. Hell yeah. Cheers, Brian.
All right. So today we're going to review the gold. It's a golden Belgian style ale from Pikes Peak Brewing Company out of what was it, Monument, Colorado. So it's local here. I wanted to make sure that I got something that no one else had, because there are a lot of golden ales out there. And then after talking with BuMpy when we got on, there's just like so many styles of the golden ale and blondes, and this can be considered strong if you really want to go that far. This does have a can date, which is awesome, and it's July 11th this year, and they have nice little sayings on the bottom of the cans that says "Get busy living." That's one of their sayings that they have. Let's go ahead and crack this open. I'll go over the information.
Shawshank Redemption.
Shawshank Redemption. All right. So it is a Belgian golden ale. It could be considered a strong ale. The ABV on this thing is 8.7%. So it's this is not sessionable at all. The color on it, you get that nice honey color. This thing has 28 IBUs as well, and the beer's clarity is opaque. It's hazy. Let me see if I got light here and see if we can kind of see through. You can see how it's kind of murky. There's no floaties or anything in here. The beer's head, when I poured it, it was pretty light on it, but the effervescence in here is, I'm gonna say, medium to medium heavy. It's really going up. It's not like a champagne or anything like that. It's keeping the head on the rim, so it is kind of lingering a little bit. The last one I had earlier, when I poured it, I poured it more aggressive, and you got more of a real tight frothy head on it, but it dissipated really, really quick. Let's go ahead and go for smell. So basic notes on this: you get malt straight up. You also get that yeast, that Belgian yeast. You get that the estery, fruity on the nose. It's very sweet, and you do get a hint of the spice that they have in here. Yeah, very sweet. Kind of got a honey smell to it as well. Let's go ahead and dive in for a taste. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Thresh.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers, bro.
Cheers to you, sir.
Right up front, you get real sweet and a clove spice. Good fruit note in there as well. The malts are pretty well balanced in this as well. I mean, to play with the Belgian yeast, it's kind of dangerous when you play with those types of yeast because they can really take over a beer if you're not careful. So they did a really good job on balancing out the malts in here, along with all of the complex flavors that are in here as well. It's very robust and complex. Let's see, I have some notes here. It rolls into a sweet, honey, fruity flavor, dissipates to reveal the yeast estery flavor, displays an underlying malt refreshness, suggests hints of clover and sweet honey fruits, fades to a slightly dryness, but it's very thirst quenching. It's slight to medium dryness on the back end, so it does fit the bill on this type of beer. The beer's finish is really good. The beer's mouthfeel is smooth and velvety, creamy, slightly warm from the ABV. As you guys know, with any Belgian, I don't even think they try and hide the ABV sometimes. Usually they'll try and do it with the the fruits and stuff, the dark fruits and all that. But this one, since it's very light, it doesn't hide the ABV very well. And it is a sipper, but you got to sip it cold because when I was drinking it earlier, I let it get warm, and the Belgian yeast, the phenols and the esters coming off of it were really getting a little out of control with the balance of the beer. So, yeah, cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Thresh.
Cheers, man.
Awesome. And as promised, miscellaneous.
What's up, everybody? Thanks for having me, BuMpY. Cheers to everybody in the chat panel as well. All right, so today I've got the Blue Point Imperial Sunshine Blonde Ale with oranges and natural flavor. Rings in at 9.6%. Has an IBU of 24. They're out of New York. I've seen this beer before, but I've never seen the Imperial version, so it kind of caught my eye when I was scanning the shelf, so never had this one. Like Thrash said, this is kind of delves into that Belgian strong type of area, but it does say blonde ale, so let's see what she's got.
Beautiful. Look at these beers, man. We're pouring up some pretty beers tonight, boys.
Oh, cold.
Yeah, beautiful.
All right, there it is. Slightly dirty glass. Sorry about that. I had plenty of time. Let's see here. It's got that slight straw golden color, similar to what everybody else has had. It's white head, all kinds of different bubbles. Actually looks kind of soapy, not too tight. Anyways, let's go for the nose. Wow. Bam. Punches you right in the face. It's got this orange honeysuckle note to it. I'm not getting any air that sucker out. There's a slight breadiness to it. Very mild. It's really hard to smell anything over the orange, like I said. It smells tart, crisp. Anyways, head dissipated fairly quick, so let's go ahead and give it a taste. Cheers, boys.
Cheers.
Cheers.
All right. So, shit, I gotta go back in, dive back in. That was good. All right. So it does have that, like your wheat beer feel. It's a light to medium. It's very clean and crisp. Smooth drinking. The orange is very bright, vibrant, hits you right on the tongue. Once it starts to palate starts to dry off a little bit, it kind of gives you that orange peel bitterness, which I'm not opposed to. The booziness is not too bad for 9.6. I mean, it's crisp, but it definitely does have brings the heat a little bit. I'd say once it hits the back of the palate and starts to dry off, you can taste a little bit of the booziness, but not too bad in my opinion. Wow. Cheers, guys. That was that's about it, man. Shit.
Nice, dude. That was awesome.
Glad that you are enjoying it. And now we're going to pop over to Michael Komaroff, give him the heads up that he's coming up next. And ready, set, Michael.
Okay, this is from the Alsace region of France, and it's from Fisher Brewing.
Woo!
It has a little guy on the side with his mug of beer, and it's in an 11.2 ounce can, 4.5% alcohol. And I did pour it before, and there's no longer a head, but let's see if you can see in the light. There are a lot of bubble stream, and it's golden in color. And like I said, it had like a half a finger head at the beginning that was white, but that receded after about 10 minutes. And now it's just even at the top. Let me get a nose on it for you. The nose is kind of grainy, which I don't know if that would be a blonde ale characteristic in France or not, but that's mostly what I'm getting. Not getting any hops, just some of the grain. I guess it's a little bit on the malty side as well. Let me take a sip. Cheers, everybody.
Cheers, Michael.
Cheers, Michael.
Very interesting because it's extremely light. And I guess in a 4.5%, you can't expect it to be heavy, but it's very light. But it's on the edge. I wouldn't say it's watery, but it's on the edge because of the lightness. So it's a little bit toward watery, but there's enough there that it's a little bit, it's not watery, but close. There's really no bitterness at all. You're not really getting any of the hops in the flavor. Maybe a little bit. It's smooth, but it's, for this type beer, you'd expect it to be that way too, I think. You can characterize this as a lawnmower beer, I guess, one you could drink quite a few of. And I don't know how France is considered as a beer brewing nation, but it's close to the German border, if that's worth anything. I will come back and give you a number shortly.
Very good. Yeah, France has their own set of brews that they have out there. They do like the saisons and the Beer de Gardes and stuff like that, but they actually have some craft breweries that are putting out some interesting stuff now. Well, and the next person up on panel is none other than Beer Man.
Oh, hey. All right, cool. Thanks. I didn't expect that. I was doing something. Hey, BuMpY, thank you, man. I appreciate you letting me be here, man. This is always so fun. So what I have, let me get it out, actually. So I have, it's by Freeme out of Hood River, Oregon, just close to me. It's kind of hard to see in my light there. Pfriem. It's Freeme. It's how they say it. It's a Sauv Blanc Golden Ale. They consider this a Belgian strong. I'm just kind of reading off my notes. They consider it a Belgian strong blonde or golden ale. The strong bonds lie between 6.5 to 7.5%. So this is within range. It's a 6.2 or 7.2. Excuse me, 7.2. So we're at the higher range of that, I guess. It's their house Belgian yeast strain with aromas of white grapes and jasmine. They aged it in a freshly emptied Sauvignon Blanc barrels shipped directly from Napa Valley. They added a unique strain of Brettanomyces bruxellensis, known for its aroma of pineapple, white wine, and melon. It was barrel aged for about a year, I believe. Sauv Blanc is what they call it, 7.1%, 9 IBUs. Let's get the cage off this, and
You're shaking it up, man.
All right.
With your cork cage.
Yeah, this. Let me. Whoa! I didn't know you were ready.
I told
was ready to go.
I told you.
Dude, that was awesome.
That was cool.
That wasn't putting it right.
That was
That
awesome.
was epic.
I didn't do anything.
Check the replay.
Watch by the letter.
I shook it.
I'm going back to watch it right now.
Sick, dude. That was badass, man.
Never a dull moment.
Ooh, that was
Here, Tyler,
fun.
favorite name, like TV.
Oh, damn, dude. It's great. Super effervescent beer.
I have a bad pour.
Holy crap. It's a 7.1. White grapes in the flavor. Wow. So look at this head, is crazy nuts.
It's
4 plus finger head. It's like the Eiffel Tower.
Yeah, you could.
Let me shake it off. Okay, let me go for the nose.
Nice.
Oh, I get white. I get that white grape. I get white grape, white wine. Very nice, very grapey, very Sauvignon-ish. Very nice, though. Very grapey. It's like a wine. It's like a beer wine. It's nice. I like it. It's kind of like kind of reminds me, without the sourness. I already had some taste of it, so but kind of reminds me of like a goose or something like that. It has kind of that, and it has that barrel. Let's get into that. So we got this is crazy. White head, 4-finger. It's sticking around, ain't going anywhere. Excuse me, good proper English. Fast rising bubbles, effervescent, boom, bang, bing. Let me tell you a story. This is going out of the park, winning the race. Very hazy beer. It's not opaque. I can see shadows. I can see the pink in hand behind it. Yeah, I'm not white. I'm pink. But sorry. It's a very light white grape looking color with almost even. It does have a bit of it has that blonde kind of look to it as well. That golden hay look. Very nice. So very pretty. Let's drink this. Cheers, guys. Cheers.
Cheers, beer man. Shake it.
Do it up, finally. Yeah.
Cheers, man.
Cheers,
Cheers, man.
Very champagne-like, poppy, very high, fast, very fast, accelerated poppiness on the tongue. The carbonation is a fast, quick, poppy, bang, boom, bang, poppy. Like, did I say that enough? Let me say poppy one more time. No, it's kind of spicy on the tongue, kind of pricks it, like little daggers in the tongue. It's really crazy. Champagne-like, lacing looks good. It's already going there. Very nice, light lifting beer. Very clean and unfiltered tasting. Very thick, but with a light body. I'll call it a light. Let's say a medium body. But it has a light feel to it with all the acceleration. Up on the mouth is very dry. It's a very dry finish. It has that champagne-like dryness. It is a very tasty beer. It's got a fruity, kind of a wet hay, fruity, kind of an apple, grape feel to it. It's very nice. Very easy to drink. It's fun to drink. It popped. I mean, that was crazy.
I've got it queued up for when we do the after
Oh,
party.
amazing.
Please. Thank you.
For real. I mean, this was amazing. Didn't even have to hurt my hand trying to get that cork out. It was just amazing.
Yeah, good thing it was staring at you. You can put your eye on
Yeah.
it.
Shit.
You guys, I got my thoughts on this. Thank you so much. This was a great beer. Thank you, BuMpY. Cheers. Right on.
Cheers, man.
Yeah.
I want to say thank you for bringing the laughs tonight, beer man.
Right on. Cool, man.
Epic beer opening.
Let's take the hands right now.
Yeah, Ronald Sutton's drinking the hams, the blonde hams.
All right.
Nice.
Blonde ham.
There's a,
And just hang tight there. We'll get you in when we have room. All right. Next up, we have Thomas Metal 75.
we're still making it through everybody's beer, aren't we?
Yeah, this is a long way to do it, but we got people that love their beers. And
I know, right? Yeah.
okay, Masters Beer Reviews channel of YouTube. The channel name is Thomas Metal 75. We have today from the town of Franklin, Massachusetts, home of America's first public library. Ooh, it's 67 Degrees Brewing Company. I think their legal name is Franklin Brewing Company. And this is their Retriever Golden Ale at a 5% alcohol by volume. I visited them for my first time 2 weeks ago. It was a cool location. They are this Golden Ale, Retriever Golden Ale, is a Canadian / American style clear golden ale, slight hop aroma. You got pale and cariform for the malts, and the hopping is Centennial Mosaic. Again, this is 5%. This is a Pilsner or Kill glass. I think that'll showcase the carbonation very nice, and this is a color. Let's see. This was the main beer that I did really like from their brewery, so I did buy a 4-pack 2 weeks ago, not even knowing we were going to do golden ale, so perfect timing on that. And it fits 16 ounces in that glass very nicely. Tons of popping, tons of fizzing. Let me put the microphone up to that. If you can hear that, congratulations. And we have the golden colored, just like a lagering look to it. It is a gorgeous beer with that.
Yeah, it looks nice.
It's very nice with a one finger on my end. It's a pretty bright white head, and I think it is for you folks too. It's a little more hazy on my end, golden colored, but a little more hazy than what you're seeing, which is just pretty golden. Maybe there is a little bit of a cloudiness in there for you. Yeah, I mean, I would be not knowing if I did not know the beer style. I'm already thinking pale lager or German Helles maybe. And the nose has got a bubble gum style fruitiness to it. I'm getting some definite toasty white bready malt in the background, or it's actually in the foreground to be fully honest. Some grass clippings, some earthiness. The star of the nose is that bubblegummy, fruity yeast. Cheers. Let's time for a Retriever Golden Ale.
Cheers, Eric.
Cheers.
Wow. You can tank a bunch of that with ease. That is cream ale. If I were, again, I would think it was American lager, German Helles. Drinking it down, you're definitely getting the cream ale. The Genesee cream ale is like its base malty flavor to it. It's a little more toasty, Pilsner crackery malt, and at first, and it's a little more. There's a little more hop action going on. There's a little more of that floral and grassy, earthy kind of hopping to it. Definitely pretty grainy forward, but it's really, really, really clean. It's really, really, really clean, like a cream ale, basically. But it's a really delicious beer. It's really good for the style. It's really good icy cold, like I have it here. And the Canadian thing, there is kind of, because I had that Molesome Ice recently on BuMpY's show, and I had my last one this evening from the fridge. It kind of has that Molesome type of a graininess to it. So when they say American / Canadian style golden, I can kind of see where they're going with that. Maybe they were using a type of a a type of malting or grains like they would use in Canadian beer brewing. I don't know, but so far pretty good. Can't complain. Yeah.
That's very good.
What did I say? Medium, crisp, clean, and ultra refreshing. There we go.
Ultra refreshing.
Cheers to the chat. Thank you guys. We're gonna move on over to Craig. Kent Beer Reviews.
Craig.
And he's back in his chair, so he is ready.
Ready, Freddy. Here he goes. He got his beer.
How you doing? Right, I've got a beer. Hello, everyone. Thanks for being on. Appreciate it. So we've got a beer at a brewery called ALES. And they're down in the Dorset area of England, south coast, just to the west of the Isle of Wight on the mainland. And this is their Golden Champion Golden Ale, 4.5. It's in a clear bottle, so, but apart from that, yeah, I've not had this before. I've had a few beers from these guys. They've got some very kind of traditional British style cask ale type beers that they have in bottles, etc. So yeah, let's go ahead and give it a try. It's a 500ml bottle. Purchased it earlier on this evening, funny enough. So yeah, it's got a half decent crown on it.
Nice.
There we go. It's one of the actually the county Dorset is on the Jurassic coast. On various fossils and stuff of yeah, obviously dinosaurs. So this was part of a deal that you get sometimes in the old supermarkets. This was 4 different bottles for £6, so that's not too bad.
No, that's not too bad. Yeah, we gonna pour her. It's just not wanting to come up with a head, is it?
Ain't gonna happen with the head. No.
Like that part.
Super spritzy.
It came around. That's not bad. That looks okay.
One finger.
Yeah.
Gentle carbonation in the darker bits of the old glass. Yeah, it's
magnifying glass.
Pretty clear. Yeah, it's crystal, kind of a goldenish hue to it. No point shining a lot on it because you can see through it. So, yeah, looks all right. Nice kind of loosely packed bubbled head. It's getting an aroma, I guess.
Sure.
Nice.
Yeah,
very, very kind of floral. Floral on the nose. Some slight sweetness. Like buttercup, that kind of like a wild meadow kind of aroma. Slight kind of dryness as well. I don't know what hops or etc. is in this. It doesn't actually state on the website or on the bottle, so there is a little bit of dory line behind here. There's a thing called a harvest mouse over here, like literally the size of your thumb, and they jump from the tops of what did it say? There's a crop that it likes, barley, wild barley, and floral flowers. It comes from stem to stem. So yeah, that's pretty cool. Anyways, let's give this a taste. Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers to the UK.
Quite sweet, very smooth, like a low medium body as you'd expect at a 4.5. I mean, it's just one of them lawnmower beers, as you'd say. Ultra chuggable, especially on a hot day. Not going to touch the sides, especially the first few. Yeah, intrigued. I did get a little bit of when I opened the bottle, a little skunkiness, and then it just literally went straight away. So that was good.
Nice.
So
Yeah,
concerned.
I was going to ask about that.
Concerned about the clear bottle.
Mm-hmm.
All in all, pretty good. A nice grassy, grainy, slightly kind of like a slight slick of like hop oil resin type thing, but not like crazy. Just a very subtle kind of tone. But yeah, very refreshing, easy drinking, quite nice. That's it.
Nice.
Cheers.
No, hey, great review. Oh, yeah. Cheers. Thanks for hanging out. Yes, I know it's taking a while to get here.
It has. So Drunken One, I'm going to go back to you.
Okay, yeah.
If you want to give your score and any shout outs, and then I'll drop you out of here, and then
there's lots of people here tonight. I'll try to move quickly. I took some scribbled down some notes. Anyway, y'all know I'm not a huge great reviewer. I had to pour another one because they are ultra refreshing, as Thomas Metal would put it. Okay, so I'll try to move through because I know you're busy. What I came up with is I found it was a bit of lemon, a little bit of lemon to the flavor, some hay, and a bit of orange, a little orange in there. I didn't find it to be very sweet. I found it to be kind of like a cracker or bread finish, but it does finish clean and dry. I find it refreshing. It's got like light grains to it, so it's just that's what kind of makes it refreshing, I guess. I scribbled down things as I was thinking about them, so I'm trying to go through and make some sense of my notes. It's got a high drinkability. Yeah, you can pound some of these suckers. Well, it's just they're super easy to drink at the 5.4. I found it nicely balanced, and there's no real presence of alcohol at the 5.4, like I just mentioned. It's full body but not heavy. I guess that's all my notes. I feel it's a good representation of the style, and I give it an overall score of 82. Not because the beer sucks, it's just not really my style. If I dug the style more, I'd probably be like an 89. It's still not awesome. There's got to be better beers out there, but this is not a bad one, and I think Conroe, Texas represents well with this product they've made. I just like a little darker beers myself. If you can find it, go out and try one. But yeah, they are. I think they're just local to Texas, so good luck with that. Anyway, thanks for having me, and I will.
Awesome, Dio. Good job, man.
Whatever.
A little while.
On the after show or whatever. All right. Cheers. Get some beer in here. Yes.
Good
All
man.
right. Cheers, Drunken One. Thank you very much.
Dream on, Drunken One. Dream on.
I'm out.
Dream on.
How do I get me out of here? There I go. All right.
Gio.
So he is D1.
Oh, yeah,
You actually
do I need to get totally.
You actually have to drop.
Yeah, you gotta.
I'll leave the room.
You gotta.
I'm sorry.
Make like a tree and get the fuck out of here. All right?
Oh, I'm back.
All right, now whoever was trying to get in. I'm not sure how many folks are trying to get in.
Yeah, because I can give my score and drop out too, BuMpY.
First come, first serve. Come on in. Now's your time. Let me post the link again real quick. If that makes it easier. It's right there at the bottom. Thrash, if you want to go ahead with your score while we wait for whoever's coming in, just in case we have a couple.
Sure. So it was the Pikes Peak Gold, and it's a Belgian Golden Ale. And for the style, it is actually a really good beer. I drank a lot of Belgians in my life, and this one pretty much stacks up with some of the stuff that you can get in Europe. So I'm going to give this a 93. It's pretty good. It's got really good spice flavor to it. It's got, that Belgian yeast taste, and everything pretty much balances out. So long as you drink it fast enough and keep it cold, you won't lose that balance, but you let it set. That's the only downfall. So I was really happy with that beer. So I have 4 more to go through, and I'll probably do a review on it on my channel. So yeah, that was good. Awesome. And Thrash Metal Homebrew, we're going to be doing another brew here soon. I'll do some more reviews. I haven't done reviews in a while, and I got cans in here ready to go to do reviews. So I'll probably throw out 3 or 4 of them, and then just all the regular stuff that's been going on. So yeah, check it out if you haven't been on for a while. There's some good videos out there. Cheers.
Yeah.
Cheers. And there he is, William Kepley.
Yo.
How are you doing?
All right. See y'all.
See you there, Thrash. Thank you very much.
Ryan, take care.
Bumpy. See you, William.
All right.
All right. Let me know when you're ready, William. I'll bring you up full screen and maybe a little thumbs up when you're ready. Ready to go?
You ready, William?
Good.
I
Okay.
think that was a thumbs up, at least one. What you drinking tonight, William? William,
Can you hear us?
the floor. Can you hear us, William?
I can hear.
What are you
Okay.
What are you drinking this evening?
Huh?
Do you have a beer, William? What is it, that beer that you have?
The
Looks like
mushrooms.
doesn't have it yet.
Damn mushrooms.
I can hear you. What?
Oh, Whiskey Scout couldn't hold out. I almost got that beer too.
Take a sip of beer.
All you, William. All right.
I'm fine.
He's ready.
We're ready to hear your review. And Beer Man has lost it.
Don't worry, the mushrooms are kicking in.
This is a tough act to follow. This is a tough act to follow tonight after seeing that premature pop of that beer. That was one happy beer, I will say, and my beer wanted to leave me right then and go on that beer.
Happy beer.
That was on my shaker.
Yeah.
That was exciting.
Yeah.
The beer was excited.
But tonight I have a product from New Belgium, the Day Blazer.
Ooh, yeah.
Never had it.
Nice.
Easygoing ale. I can hear you fine.
Okay. Cool.
New Belgium Day Blazer, an easygoing ale, 4.8% ABV, 13 IBU. I just told you.
Oh, I'm thinking that you're getting a lag.
I think you might have a delay or something.
I don't know. Okay, well, I'll drop off then.
No.
Run it, man.
Keep
Just
going.
go.
good.
Yeah, go through it.
We can hear you.
We can hear you fine, William. We can hear you fine. You're
Okay,
good.
Okay, I'll give a pour then.
StreamYard really doesn't know what to do when 10 people are on their StreamYard, do they?
Yeah, well, I think the best thing to do is just let him go through it. Everybody just shut up, let him go through it so he's not getting feedback. And
Agreed.
go through it.
Sharp talk.
That's okay. If it's not going, I'll drop off. I don't want to be at.
Oh, you look good. It's just
You're
that
good. You're
people are
perfect.
talking. It's delayed and it's fucking you
Yeah,
up. So
yeah, I think
everybody
you're-
shut
you're
up and let them
you're
do what he's
hearing
got
us.
to do.
Wow, this is
Later
really
on.
going off. Okay, I'm just going to drop off now. That's fine.
I can tell you
Won't
to
be a
drop off.
problem.
Don't drop off.
William, do it. We can hear you.
Well, I'm getting feedback too, so
I'm gonna mute my shit right now.
that's okay.
Everybody mute theirs.
Let's see. No problem. I'll see you guys later.
No! What the fuck?
William!
He can't hear you once he's gone, Alex. So,
Bumpy,
part
Right.
of what we've discovered with Jay, time out. Part of what we discovered with Jay is sometimes even when your camera is on, if you hit that stop cam, sometimes that can take away some of the bandwidth so that the person that wants to talk can actually do it without any lag possible.
Well, he wasn't lagging himself. He was getting feedback from us talking to him. That's why he kept saying, "Oh, I can hear you," because we were saying that like 3 minutes prior. So, yeah.
Should have just.
All right.
Yeah.
Well, I guess I'm going to go ahead and go with mine, and then we'll go through and get everybody's scores. And if William wants to come back in, more than welcome. We'll get you in, or anybody else if you're out in the world that you want to come on in with a golden blonde of some sort. All right. So for my beer, bringing Duvel means devil. It is a Belgian golden ale. It's actually in the BJCP. It's classified as a golden strong ale. Comes in at 8.5%, and yeah. I think the actual brewery's name is Duvel as well. So, go ahead and crack this open. And smoke, but it wasn't rising out of the glass. That's good. Time to sit and warm up. So hopefully I get some good notes out of it. Last time I did this one on a live stream, it was colder. So yeah. Nice looking beer, builds a beautiful white head to it. Very carbonated, as you can see, and golden and clear. The aromas, some bread notes, some kind of like spicy, like almost like rye bread type notes. A little bit of like a kind of banana-esque nose. Sweet. Like Belgian candy sweet. Tad bit of like a pear note in there as well. All right, going for the first swig. Cheers.
Cheers,
BuMpy. Cheers, BuMpy.
Cheers.
Yeah, so nice sweet notes coming up. A little bit of a sweet bread note from the malt. A little bit of that kind of candy sugar-esque type deal going on as well in the flavor. Kind of that slight amount of like a pear. At this temperature, I'm not sure what temperature it is, but I'm going to guess it's probably up there in the 60-degree range at least. I am starting to detect a little bit of an alcohol presence, the tail end, with a slight bitterness that it does go on as well. Bitterness kind of comes off as earthy to grassy. Kind of got a medium body build to it, with a high carbonation level. That's still streaming up through there. So, yeah, I'll come back around and I'll give my final thoughts and numbers on this. Right now, we're going to just go. I guess just to make it easy for everybody, we'll just go round table. So, starting with Alex. I know it's not going to be the same order everybody went in, but Alex, if you wanted to give your final thoughts, your scores, if you want to, and anything happening on your channel.
The beer, obviously, the beer is very tasty. I enjoyed it. I have one more actually. I might be drinking that one with the legendary Brandon in a little bit. Craft beer pours. But beyond that, this is a very tasty beer, and I would get it again. So I'm going to give this beer an 87. Very great, very good flavored beer. Very good beer. So an 87. And this Friday we'll be doing chicken salad sandwiches and beer. Now it all depends if I don't know if I'm going to have beer, but all you guys will. So either way, that's what will happen on that.
We're a beer master.
We do everything. Well, I know that, but if I don't have the beer, I don't have the beer. But I always try to get the beer for the next time too. You know, I always manage. So that's what I'm doing. But that's 8 o'clock Friday. So chicken salad sandwiches and beer. 8 o'clock.
Nice.
Thank you, Alex.
Looks like legendary BuMpY will be able to join. Anytime, BuMpY.
I will be able to join.
Thanks for letting me join.
No, you're not allowed.
Oh,
Yeah,
thanks
you
for
will.
yeah. I'll be able to join the chicken thing too, right? You let me on?
Yeah, because I don't think you're away this weekend. At least I don't think.
No, I'm not. No, I got to go back to work. But hey, we got William Kepley going to come back up and give this another go.
Hell yeah!
All right.
So William, when you go full screen,
So everybody,
just go for it.
Testing 1, 2, 3. Testing.
Good.
Testing.
Good.
I think we're good to go now. I was using a different laptop tonight than I usually do, and I logged off and checked the settings. I think it was on my end something, so I apologize for that. I didn't want to be a disruption. Certainly not mad about anything. I mean, hell, I hate cancer. This is not going to upset me. So, but I'll get to my beer. Like I said, I had a Day Blazer, 4.8% ABV, 13 IBU. They have breweries in their main flagship breweries in Fort Collins, Colorado. They also have a brewery in Asheville, North Carolina. So this is a home state beer, once removed, I guess you could say. But anyway, easygoing ale. This is an American interpretation of the blonde ale style. All of these pretty much follow. There's a lot of orthodoxy among these. Fall within the 4.1 to 5.1 ABV range. IBU somewhere 10 to 25. And this is for someone that's getting into craft beer, might be a gateway or an entry beer. Something that's very light, sessionable. Everything is sort of low to moderate. The hoppiness, the maltiness. It's just a go-to every man's beer for everyday drinking. So I'll give mine a pour and I'll get to it here. Yeah, I will not have a pop as the beer man did. I will have a crack of a can. So I can't compete with that. Straw, golden appearance, lots of active carbonation, got a rather moderate 3-finger head, which is pretty sort of, I've got some crackling and some fizz going on here on the nose. Very mild. This one is this is very similar to like an adjunct lager. Nothing really pops out. Sort of a muted, very mild. So see if that follows to the palate. Cheers on a Monday night.
All right, here we go.
Cheers, man.
cheers.
Glad we got it working for you. Vice versa. No surprises here. This one is very much like the description I'll read on the website here. It says, Day Blazer, easygoing, a deliciously refreshing golden ale, brewed with the finest malts and hops, giving a sweet, crisp citrus finish with just a hint of honey. In the American, at the Great American Beer Fest 2018, this beer won a silver in the American style cream ale category.
it is a light, sort of a biscuity, saltine, crackery malt, but it's rather subdued. Very minimal hop presence in this. Like I said, everything is just sort of like it's dialed back. Very approachable, you know, easygoing, approachable, accessible, sessionable. You fill in your own adjective for this style. But this one they use Cascade and Nugget hops. The Cascade is the go-to hop in craft beer. It's a dual hop, which gives you both some flavoring and some bitterness. And they use pale and Munich malts in this one. This one is rather sort of a semi-hazy. But I'll take another sip. And it's already beginning to warm a bit in the glass. This is a rather hot evening. I have my air conditioner on a low setting. And on the second sip, I did get a touch of honey. I didn't get on the first sip. So it's a very, very subtle.
Music in the background. Sorry.
Okay. Testing. Just like I mentioned, just a slight hint of honey with that mild, like crackery malt. Nice and crisp. A very dry, short finish. Like I said, this is a typical of the other ones I've drank in this category. Like I said, there's a sort of orthodoxy in brewing if you're dealing with if you want to keep a beer within a certain ABV range, a certain flavor profile. So it's not surprising that they turn out to be rather similar in the taste and characteristics. But I guess for me, the question is, for every beer I drink, is there a compelling reason for me to drink this over something else? With this, you know, I'm not so sure. One man's mild and pleasant could be another man's bland or a little bit lacking. I think for myself, I would rather have something like a Jenny Cream Ale over this. Or if I'm going to drink like a craft beer style, I would rather have something like the Founders All Day IPA, which to me has more of a quote-unquote crafty taste. This is like, you know, if I didn't know any better, I would say this could be brewed by a macro. It's just sort of like the Blue Moon, like the wheat. It's just there's nothing really distinctive about it, and probably that's more style than anything. But this would be one that I would drink on a regular basis, and it wouldn't draw me away from the adjunct lagers, which I really drink. Those are my go-to beers. And if I would want to step up to something a little bit different, I would rather have like the Founders All Day IPA or the Founders Solid Gold. There's nothing wrong with it. It doesn't leave much of an impression for me. But it's crispy, refreshing. I never put one down. But just typical for an American interpretation of this style. And thanks for having me, BuMpy, and I'll come back with the rating later. Thanks.
All right. Well, thank you for being here, William. Appreciate it, and I appreciate your patience with trying to get in as well.
We made
no problem.
I find out all the mishaps with having multiple people on the stream. So,
yeah, I was kind of bummed out, man. I'm glad you made it back.
No problem. No, I'm not bummed.
Your beer won the poll, man. I was like, shit.
And I did sort of want to come back to acknowledge the fact, it did win the poll after all. In my first recommendation, I'm 1 for 1. I can only go downhill from this. But anyway, glad I could join you. It's been very entertaining tonight, to say the least.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's been a poppy show. So miscellaneous, we're moving on to you for your final thoughts on your beer. And
all right, so my final thoughts on the Blue Point Sunshine Imperial 9.6 blonde ale with oranges and natural flavors. So after I took some notes. So after the orange that initial orange smell dissipated. It was like a Fruit Loop cereal, grainy, like explosion on the nose. Like it was all over the place. I was getting a lot of like peach apricot notes along with the orange, which was phenomenal. And there was that slight smell of that German yeast in there. It wasn't too heavy, wasn't like real funky, but it played balanced really nice. I'm gonna go ahead and score this at a 94. This is a really good. If you can ever get your hands on it, I'd suggest that you definitely try it. Drinkability wise, for a 9.6, you really weren't getting that like that big boozy kick. I mean, it went down pretty smooth. I kind of took my time to get some of the flavor notes and stuff like that, but definitely a dangerous beer, but definitely enjoyable. Like I said, 94.
Nice.
Nice. That's very nice.
Any shout outs? Anything happening for you?
Yeah, man. I don't know. I've been kind of lazy lately. You guys know that. But Wednesdays at 9:00 Eastern. Go check out Beer Chugs. What's the ABV? You know, that's pretty much it. Alex plugged Food Friday. Beer Man will plug his, and I guess we can move on now.
Awesome. All right. So, whoever wants to start talking first, either John and Nelly or Michael, and we'll go from there.
Doesn't matter.
Do you want to go? You can go.
Oh,
Yeah,
somebody pulled the trigger.
Okay, so Wild Leap, local gold. There it is again. For any new viewers out there, 5.4%. It's a great beer. It's an excellent beer. Really, it's super drinkable. It's crisp, clean, refreshing, light bodied. It's got that nice hop character without being bitter. It's got the black pepper note in there, that grassy note. A little bit of almost like it's got an earthy note, almost like a rye spice. I was going to say, like if you ever had a rye whiskey, it's got just such a dryness throughout, a dry spice throughout. And of course, the wheat malt is really nice, and it's pretty complex for a pretty standard style. I mean, wheat beers are golden ales. A lot of them are wheat malt based. So you know, for the standard stuff like this, you're not necessarily getting anything spectacular, but there's a ton of flavor with what is here, and it beats an American adjunct 9 times out of 10. This particular one, not all of them, but this one does. It's a 94 for me too. I gotta say, I was thinking 94, so I'm going along the lines of what Lance is saying for his, although his is a much stronger beer. But I think this is a solid A beer. I would definitely recommend it, and it's pretty impressive that they can take such a light style like this and you get all the nice hop complexity and great malt with it. So a winner that's available year round from LaGrange, Georgia. If you're ever in the area, check it out. It's good stuff. And my channel, George Beer Reviews, mostly beer reviews, and every Sunday at 10:30 Eastern, I do Stout Sundays. So, of course, a lot of these guys join me every now and then. It's a fun time. Michael Kormeroff is my co-host. We always have a lot of fun, and we just drink a lot of really good stouts and talk about them, much like we're talking about Golden Ales tonight. So, cheers to BuMpY for having me, and looking forward to the next one.
Awesome.
I don't know what it's going to be, but it's not going to be a golden or a blonde ale. I can tell you that. We have destroyed this.
History.
Done. We've covered every single style in blonde and golden ale. So, all right, Beer Man.
All right. Yeah. So let me dive into my notes. So I found the cork. It was over there. I don't know. Around and went crazy. So it was a golden straw color. Nose taste the same. Very nice. I like it when they're the same. Floral, fruity, woodsy. I didn't mention that. Very woodsy. It did have a woody kind of barrel aged quality to it. buttery, diacetyl, kind of a buttery feel on the kind of like that of red wine or something like that. Cider, citrusy lemon, white grape, light Chardonnay flavor. Kind of nice. I liked it. It was dry in the back, kind of like brewed IPA or something like that, or not with without the hoppiness or whatever. But sweet, medium, long finish. Slight heat from the alcohol as it warmed up. The head retention and lacing is fantastic. Thick and foamy head. Seems to be up to par and tasted delicious. It was a fun beer, obviously. Smooth drink, fizzy, something to taste, something tasty to sip on. At the end of it all, I'm going to give it a 95 out of 100. Cheers.
Nice.
Oh, yeah.
Cheers, beer, yeah.
Thank you. Cheers.
Plugs, plugins. Plug your channel, bro.
Plug away.
Oh, thank you very much. Tuesday is Beer and Cheese Tuesday tomorrow, so feel more than happy to come on up here. If you're new to the channel, let me know via Twitter usually, or my stuff's on my about page on my YouTube channel, so you can figure it out. Yeah. And then Wednesday is recipe. It's going to be an Irish. It's going to be an Irish stout recipe. So we'll be doing that. And then, of course, I go with BuMpY on Malty Mondays here, and Alex the Beer Master on Food Fridays. And I try to make beer chugs and wildcard Wednesday with Ron Therio. And so many other things. And I can't forget Blake. So, just a lot of things I like to jump on. You guys are awesome. Rod J. Beer Ventures as well. Much love. Cheers. Thank you, BuMpY. Appreciate you. You're awesome.
Appreciate you. Thanks for being here.
Michael.
Yeah,
Okay.
Michael.
I'm going to give mine a 90 on the Fisher Blonde. And I guess if there is a hop there that I did detect, it was like a Saz or a Noble hop. It was in the background, but it wasn't directly in the initial taste. It was more in the background, but that was probably the type hops that they did use in this one. But it's an A-, and I would try it again if I saw it. Somebody gave me this one, so I don't know how easy it is to find these.
Do you still have the can or bottle? Can you hold it up? Just curious what it looks like. Fisher. Okay.
We can do a better job.
It's like little, an old school looking. It looks like one of those cans from like the 60s or 70s.
It's an old school can.
The full tab.
Back. Maybe it's not. Somebody brought it back to me from Europe.
Nice.
Awesome.
But it was, it was still representative. I mean, it wasn't great, but it was still good.
But you'd get it again.
I would get it again if I had.
Good. Thomas Metal 75. Are you ready to go?
I am ready to end the sip. There is lots of little. There you go. It looks like a little snow globe in there with the sediment, but it's not real chunky. Okay, so we're drinking on. I guess legal name is Franklin Brewing Company from Franklin, Massachusetts, USA. They're called 67 Degrees. They're Retriever Golden Ale. So I went to the brewery and I bought this 4-pack because I liked it the best out of all these different beers that I tried. I think some other IPAs were a little substandard, to be completely honest. In this day and age, it's kind of hard to make shitty IPAs, and they were borderline not that great. But this one is pretty good. I thought of the brewery that was 2 weeks ago, like a 93. I'm probably just going to stick with that. And by that, I mean, I guess I put it into context of this particular style and what it's trying to do. If you put yourself in the mindset, somebody said it earlier, Kolsch, I think it was Drunken One, or even like a cream ale. This is a kind of very similar, reminiscent style to that. You're getting a nice bubble gum / fruitiness from the yeast like you would in a good wheat beer. You're getting some grassy, earthy hopping, which is really nice, the American style. And you're getting that malty Pilsner flavor like you would from a really good like German Helles or just an American pale lager. The only thing maybe in negative I could possibly say is it's a bit heavy on the grainy upfront flavors. Maybe that is actually a part of the actual style that's more reminiscent to that golden ale in brewing technique. So maybe that's not such a problem. Again, they're using Canadian/American in its in its flavor profile. Those probably kind of malts are what I'm tasting. Those probably grains are what I'm tasting. So other than that, pretty nice beer. 93.
Very good. Any plugs?
Sure. Sure. Thomas Mel 75. That is the channel, Masters of Beer Reviews channel, YouTube. I gotta buy that chicken salad. I will be there on Friday. I gotta buy some chicken salad tomorrow. See me on Beer Chugs. I would hope so. On Wednesday, we're gonna be my band Oxblood Forge will be in the studio, but I will hope to get back for that one. I probably will miss Wildcard Wednesday. Otherwise, I'm usually on that show. And yeah, Malty Mondays every Monday, same time, same place. Cheers.
Cheers. It's not always as long, right,
Yes.
JB?
Well, we're gonna work on that.
So, Craig.
Yeah, pretty much finished as you'd expect by this stage of the thing. So yeah, drinking a beer from Badger Ales down in Dorset on the south coast of England. Their Golden Champion Golden Ale, 4.5. There was a little bit more information I went through after I had my initial kind of thoughts on it. I didn't want to kind of like influence what I was tasting, kind of thing. It says it's got hints of elderflower, so the obviously a wild flower here, and that is kind of coming through. I was getting certainly a wild meadow type, flowery, floral kind of note, buttercup, stroke, honey. So obviously that's what it was. So, which is interesting. I was getting a little bit more of a slight white pepper, just right on the back end, a few seconds after you swallowed the last little bit, kind of thing. That hanged around on the palate was quite pleasant. Again, very easy drinking. You could really session shit out of it. It's just one of them kind of deals. Yeah, especially in the summertime. Great summer beer. For sure. I mean, it's golden ales, blonde ales, they don't really get a lot of kind of attention in the general kind of, they don't scream out a lot of people. I mean, it's very difficult these days with, West Coast IPAs, hazy IPAs, kind of, stouts, imperial stouts, barrel-aged beers, fruited sours, all that kind of deal. So this is more of a very traditional kind of style that, I wouldn't generally grab a load of them. I did today just to see what they're all about, because I've been drinking a lot of lagers lately, so it's kind of nice to. It's probably why I'm appreciating it a bit more. The last few months I've been drinking a hell of a lot of mainstream lagers and some crafty type lagers as well, so probably appreciate more than I would have done a few months back. But in terms of a rating, then I'm going to give this an 87. Still not quite up to the A, if you like, but it's getting up there. It's reasonable, and I'll probably buy it again. But yeah, it's nice to try it, and decent beer. Cheers.
Nice. Cheers. Any plugs?
Plugs wise, not really. I do sporadic live stuff, obviously more orientated to UK time, so they're going to be like 3-4 o'clock your time, East Coast time. So, which would be probably a bit early for some of you, but certainly not every week, but just now and again. Normally one of us over here does one. I've done a few this weekend because I had the opportunity, kind of thing. But yeah, there's nothing really scheduled like that's the day we're doing it like this one show is. But do you know what I'm saying? if people are interested and circumstances allow, home life and stuff, then I'll throw a stream up. But yeah, they're very kind of unplanned and just go live and that's it kind of thing. So, but yeah, apart from that, lots of reviews. I'm going to start doing a lot of German beer reviews coming up here shortly, going into Oktoberfest type season. So I'm going to be leading into it with other kind of like German ALES and that kind of thing. So yeah, that's coming up in the next few weeks. So yeah, cheers for having me, BuMpY. Appreciate it.
Nice. No, thank you for joining up again, Craig. Appreciate you being here.
Nice. Yeah.
See, Alex, your appreciation is rubbing off on everybody.
Thank you, my friend.
And now we're moving on over to William Kepley.
I'd like to make a note first. Last springtime, John Lele visited me in North Carolina after I had my cancer surgery. He brought me a 6-pack of the Wild Leap Local Gold. So I'm familiar with that beer. And I like it much more than what I'm drinking tonight, actually. I remember after I drank the first one, I went to their website. I said, this is pretty darn good. And I looked on their website, and it's actually a hybrid. It's part German Kolsch, part English bitter, and part American Gold. So it has a little more complexity than what I'm drinking tonight. So I think it's more, and I enjoyed it more than the one I had tonight. And I drank that 6-pack pretty quickly because I had a pent-up desire for a beer after I'd gone through some of my treatments and such. And I remember on the IBs on it was 23.4. I always remember they even got it down to the decimal point. So that's which is a little bit more than mine.
Now
mine is only 13. But that was definitely I want to thank him again. That was a highlight for me in 2019 when he came to visit me. He brought me some more beers from locally Georgia beers too. And one was actually a ALES, which might be a recommendation for another future Malty Monday. But anyway, back to the New Bell, the New Blazer. While I was listening to the other comments, I decided to do my own little impromptu comparison, and I pulled out an old Milwaukee here. I've been drinking on it too. And actually, I think I prefer it over the New Blazer. I was able to get a fresh 12-pack of these a couple of weeks ago when they just were putting them on the shelf. So this was days old, not even weeks. And I've become more convinced along that fresh beer is the way to go if you can get it. Sometimes you're lucky, and I just happened to be there when the distributor put it on the shelf. This has a nice hop note to it for an adjunct lager. This actually is the last one of the 12-packers I have. And it has more of a hop presence than the New Blazer. And it just seems to me, I would grab this before I would the New Blazer. And like I said, if I wanted to do something a little bit different, I would jump up to the Founders, either their all-day IPA or their solid gold. Oh, yeah. But I mean, there's certainly nothing wrong with this. To me, though, like I said, one person's mild and another person's bland. Each person interprets it whatever their palate's telling them, and that's just what it's saying for me. But it's cooler, and I've drank it, and you see it had some nice lacing, about the same amount of lacing as. Let me get my on Milwaukee here. Here it is. Some very nice lacing. You get the Miller lacing swirls from a lot of the Miller Brewing products here. Yeah. Very nice artwork with the lacing. Pretty good for an adjunct lager. Sort of even crafty looking in a sense. Mm-hmm. But anyway, I would probably, for the New Blazer, I would probably rate it an 85.
Not bad.
And on my Taco Bell scale, that would be a mild. That would fall in the mild category.
Mild plus, maybe? I don't know.
Maybe mild and... Let's go with mild and half
hot, had a baby.
Half of a hot and a mild. Put it right in the middle of the road.
That's awesome.
An 85.
Hottie, but she's pretty mild.
That was great.
One tip I'd like to mention to those who are watching is if you get a new Belgian beer or some of the other products, on the bottom of the can here, it lists the canning date. On this one, it was August the 31st of 2020. But there's a second line also.
Ooh, nice.
And many times it will reveal when it was canned. So you can determine when it was. A lot of people like both dates, a Best By date and a canning date. So the Best By date would be August the 31st. But if you look on here, it's 0790, which would be the 79th day. So if you back up, this would be about 5 months. So their window is about 5 months. So let me see, 79th day would be January, February, March the 19th. So March the 19th was when this was canned. So if you look on there, the second line, often there's a Julian code.
Yeah.
So if you read that, you can then tell when it was canned. And so you'll have both dates on there. I found it, so this was about a 5-month window for freshness. So if you see that bottom line, oftentimes that will be a Julian code. So you can sort of do a little bit of math and you determine when, the difference in how fresh it is. This one is reaching the end of its freshness window, but for this style, it's really not a factor. But just thought I'd throw that out there for people who like to get as fresh a product as possible.
Thank you.
And thanks for having me, BuMpY. And enjoyed it tonight.
Crafted.
Thanks for joining in. Especially thanks for coming back after the first time.
Yeah, no problem. Like I said, it was from my end. I just had to do a little tweaking with the laptop. No problem.
We got a lot of tweaking to do.
No problem. What did Barry do? Did you just open up another cork bottle?
No, man. That's the crafted bush, man. No, it's left at it, kind of. All right.
A Bush IPA.
Bush PA.
So I'm gonna go ahead and score my my Duvel. Now I did this on last Wildcard Wednesday. I don't remember exactly what I scored it.
It's a new day.
I bet you that Michael probably has it right there, so you can tell me if I'm off.
He's looking.
I'm gonna give this. I'm gonna score this at a 94 out of 100, though. I think it's good enough. To me, it's very good. I know that they mentioned that it was like the beginning of the style or something like that.
You're right.
Whatever. In the BJCP thing, but it may have. I don't know if it's changed or not. It is owned by AB InBev now or something like that. They got bought out. But
Duvel? Oh no, they have Oma Gang and is it Duvel?
Is that what it is? They purchased somebody.
They purchased Oma Gang and some others, yeah. And then
a Boulevard Brewing Company, I believe too.
Yeah. Yep. Boulevard too.
I remember having this for the first time like years ago, and I was like, holy crap, amazed with it. And recently, when I started finding it again, it just doesn't give me the same appeal. So maybe my palate's just changed. But this used to be like one of those 90, 98, 99 beers for me, But yeah, I think a 94. I think it's a good score for it. Anyways, it's very good.
Perfect.
Yeah, that's cool. It gives you enough.
I want to know, Michael, if it's the same
great score, man.
I'm looking.
Changed. It's only
last week.
Going through the archive.
Yeah, it was last week. The beers that go well with seafood.
Last week
Duvel's a really good beer, actually.
Last week was August 12th, by the way, for Wildcard Wednesday.
That was the first week of the month. I'll find it.
All right, he'll get back to us. Yeah, we'll
gave it a 96.
96, so it went down a little bit. Okay.
No.
I did let it warm up at this time, though, and I noticed an alcohol presence in it. I don't think I noticed any alcohol in it.
No more.
I think IPAs are the hardest to score because there's so many different variations of them. Jeez. Yeah. Anyway, sorry.
Yeah, it lost 2 points. And maybe because the label's a little.
That might even be the brewer's fault.
Yeah, this is the redheaded stepchild that just. Not as good as the other one.
Show after. Can you put down quad for me?
Ooh, quad
again. Yes.
I mean, we're gonna keep trying till we get.
We're gonna keep eventually, Mike.
I got one of my.
It might be the very last beer on my channel.
We all can get quad.
I doubt it. It's
Actually, Jesse, in some of the votes, it's been close. It hasn't been wiped out. It's in the going.
Right.
At the end, it seems to lose to more macro items or other things.
Yeah.
Right.
Lately.
Yeah, I think we've gone through a lot of them. I think we're starting to kind of get out of the macro field. So
all I can say is this wasn't malt liquor and it wasn't ice beers, and we still went 2 hours.
Yeah, but it was we did cover a lot. I mean, because it wasn't very specific. Like as far as like it had to be like a British blonde ale or something.
The Flanders Red is sort of like the bridesmaid, but never the bride. The last 2 weeks, it's finished second in the voting. And last
I
week,
want that again. I'm saving that.
I'll tell you how great of a person I am. I voted for the Flanders Red last week as a courtesy to my friend Michael Komaroff, who's a Giants fan in baseball. He was lobbying, which may be a violation of the beer election laws, but I won't mention that. But anyway, and when I voted, it was a tie score. But in the fourth quarter, the Golden Ales pulled ahead with a late rally and one going away. Yeah. So it will be interesting.
I'm set up for a few. I got a Flanders Red. I've got a Quad. I've got a Rausch beer. So if any of those get in there,
late. I like to vote on Wednesday.
At least set up.
Rausch.
Anyway, I won't report Michael for that violation. But anyway, so I voted against the beer that I picked, which won. So
the last day,
how magnanimous can you actually get?
William, it came on strong. The Golden came on strong at the end.
It did it in the fourth quarter. It pulled away a 3-run home run in baseball, or in the football, a couple of long touchdown drives, and that sort of closed it out.
That's what happens.
It happens in sports. The Giants found out Saturday what can happen.
It's been a rough so far, Will.
So I'm going to go ahead and get this thing closed down. So I want to appreciate my very awesome panel tonight. Even those that are still not here, those that dropped out, so others could come on in and join up as well. So thank you all for being here. Thanks for hanging out for this amount of time on Bumpy Road Brewery's channel. I want to thank the chat as well. You guys hung in there and chatted it up. Thanks to the viewers that popping in and out tonight, and the ones that stood strong for almost 2 hours. Probably actually 2 hours with the little glitch I had at the beginning. So appreciate it all. Multi Monday, it's on Monday, starts 8 p.m. Eastern time. I'm going to create a poll right now, so if you guys want to hang out off panel after this, you can stay right here, and we'll try to create a poll for the next Multi Monday. There will be the poll link placed in the Hangouts that we have. If you're part of the Hangout group, send them in. If not, it will be in the description of this video when it goes up. Once again, you do not have to watch the video. You can just click on it, go to the description, and the link will be in there. So no worries about sitting through a 2-hour video. Unless you have nothing to do and you want to do that, that's fine.
Ron Ontario, you might do that.
Give him some watch time.
Hey, if you're gonna watch it for 2 hours, I expect a thumbs up.
Just leave it in
you're
the
gonna sit there and watch it for 2 hours,
even
that double the speed, you know. At least go back and watch Bear Man's bottle pop itself. That was pretty cool.
You do a timestamp of that.
But yeah, no, it was a fun time, guys. Appreciate you all. And yeah, I'll be looking forward to that poll, and I'll be looking forward to having a nice panel next Monday, along with folks that want to watch this. Appreciate it. Thank you all. Have a great night.
Nice.